There is a universal truth that everybody would agree with if they really thought into it. In this video, we'll share the path to living that truth. Okay, let's start with the human experience from birth. When we are all born, you and me were born into the world, and we immediately begin to be influenced by the world around us. We don't know anything else. We're like a blank slate. We're like a computer with no programming, and we start to get programmed by the world. It's our parents, first and foremost. And then once we are raised and we start going to school, let's say, whether you're homeschooled or whatever, you start to get influenced by your environment. The more you are able to get out on your own, you can see how this works. And most of this influence studies have shown, and in my research, it's shown that a lot of this programming happens between birth and the age of 8 years old. Some would say even before birth, you're starting to pick up some of this stuff from what the environment is that your mother is in, that sort of thing. So, this is the human experience. And I would say that we all experience that. If you really think about it, that's been your experience as well. Because everybody is shaped by what they grew up with, who they grew up with, their family experience, the whole ball of wax. And then you start throwing in to that the school environment. Did you grow up in the rural area or in the city? What country did you grow up in? What languages do you speak? All these things start to influence you. So that's the human experience. And the world then starts to intercede. Once you're past age 8 and you start trying to make choices for yourself, that's when you can get influenced by the world. My own story, I believe the American dream. I believed I was a product of the culture. You just work hard, make a lot of money, live happily ever after, get married. Excuse me, the whole thing. So that's the world interceding. So what do you believe? When you can have the cognitive ability to start making your own choices, what choices do you make? And you're really being impacted by the world through this whole process. Unless you're fortunate enough to have some wise people in your lives that are directing you maybe away from the world into something more. I won't get into that too much right now. So once the world intercedes, you have a choice. You can either play the game or demand something more. You may be in that position right now. You may have played the game for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it may be. So you can play the game or demand something more. And I think this is a valuable exercise for anybody to go through at any point in their life. Just decide, okay, do I want to keep playing the game I'm playing, or do I want to demand something more of life? And you have that choice. So it's cool to just maybe even take a half an hour, take a day, whatever it may be, do a retreat, go somewhere you've never been by yourself and spend some time with that question. And you'll find that that's a really freeing experience if you can actually go through that. And as part of that experience, I would suggest get back to that child heart, that childlike heart. You know how when you were young, people say, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you have all these wild ideas. The whole world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. When you're going through this assessment about whether you want to keep playing the game, wherever you're at in that game, or demand something more, know that you can. There is something more for you, but you have to believe that. And sometimes because of that programming, you're not going to believe it. So you have to just suspend the current circumstances and just say, okay, I'm just going to, just for an exercise, just for a few minutes, just for a day, just for a half hour, whatever it is, I'm just going to say that, yes, I can demand something more. And what does that look like? And that's where you get back to your child heart and say, what does that look like? What am I really passionate about? What do I enjoy doing? What would I be doing and I wouldn't need to even be paid for it? And I would do it anyway. What would those things be? Brainstorm them, do whatever you can to get them out of your head and onto paper so you can actually look at them. And once you have this exercise completed, then you want to start to link up with others who know the truth. And what is the truth? I would say link up with others who are doing the something more. Link up with others who are full of joy and they're optimistic and they're positive and they seem to be at peace and they seem to, dare I say, have joy about them. Seek those people out. Link up with those people. And if you're in the right environment, you can share your demand something more scenario. And they're not going to laugh at it. They're not going to judge it. They're going to smile and go, oh, yeah, you're on the right path. They're going to encourage you. They're going to help you. They're going to offer their support, which is oftentimes all that's needed. That's all I needed, was to be in an environment where people supported my something more. And it becomes so empowering, and you can literally flip the script on your life. You can literally do something totally different than what you're doing now. And it can be that more. You can get out of the I'm just playing the game mentality. And I was in that mentality for most of my life, I can tell you. Successful by the world's standards, but not fulfilled at all as a person. And once you get on the path of being fulfilled as a person, once you know what your true north is, life becomes amazing. And that's what I want for each and every one of you. So you want to start to link up with others who know the truth. And the truth is that you can enjoy and prosper and be a part of something much bigger than you that fulfills you and utilizes your gifts, your talents, your skills in a way that it goes way beyond playing the game. And that's where you want to be ultimately. It's way beyond just playing the game. You want to be to that next level of living life to the full. So subscribe with the notification bell to receive regular updates. If you found this video very helpful, hit that like button to see more like this. Comment down below. This can be with questions or answers to a question you ask. And we'll see you next time on this amazing journey from isolation to community, where the next step beyond is freedom.